It's all quite exciting times, really.
You're an employee of Warwickshire County Council, but you're also here to talk about the LNP, the Local Nature Partnership's involvement in Local Nature Recovery Strategy as well.
So my job at the Warwickshire County Council is Service Manager for Ecology, Historic Environment and Landscape, but I'm also Chair of the Warwickshire, Coventry and Solihull Local Nature Partnership. And it's that partnership which we're looking to take ownership of a local nature recovery strategy, because they're a fantastic vehicle to deliver all the actions and set the targets within. The local nature partnerships were our statutory bodies, so they were set up at the same time as the local enterprise partnerships, and is the best way to deliver, I think, nature conservation. It's made up of representatives from the farming community, government bodies, environmental NGOs and business, all within that, as well as health and communities such as parish councils. And that's the sectors that are going to deliver nature conservation.
And they've been really helping us drive forward with the local nature recovery strategy. So what sort of individual things have they been doing, and how are they helping to push this forward?
Well, first thing we asked them to do is actually write the questions for the engagement strategy, which is ongoing at the moment. It's really good to get the landowners involved, because 98% or more of the whole of Warwickshire is actually looked after by those custodians of a landscape, and that's the beauty I think the local nature partnership can deliver, because we can all sit down at the table and understand each other's sides of the arguments, or even principles, or even shared endeavours.
Yeah.
The next steps we've got to take after the engagement exercise finishes would be then to collate all that information, and we're going to present the early findings, aren't we, to the conference in December.
Hopefully by then, from the engagement, we would have been able to pull out some of the priorities and the key measures that people want to see come forward through the strategy as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of mapping we get out as well. So that's where the communities can really get involved and say, this area like we're walking through at the moment, Bluebell Wood, we love it. This is what we want to see more of these, for example.
We're really lucky in Warwickshire because we already have those great connections with the local recorders as well, because we had earlier on in the year, we had the recorders meeting where we kind of introduced the idea of the local nature recovery strategy to them and got their initial feedback on it. And that's what we've been building on, isn't it, ever since? It
is. We have a good strategy background. So we have a green infrastructure strategy, which has done a lot of the nature recovery preparation work. And we've had that since 2013. And that's when we introduced biodiversity net gain.
What do you think will be the main uses of the strategy?
Well, the idea is actually to get the community involved as always. And therefore, if a community project wants to get support from a local nature partnership, we could signpost them to funding opportunities, etc. So the idea of the local nature partnership is to elevate community projects, encourage them, brand them possibly even with ours if it permits that strategy.
Yeah.
And then there's all covered in one partnership. And the beauty of that is then we can actually plot where activity is happening.
Yeah.
So if we do get asked by DEFRA, how much have you done as part of the strategy? Then we can say, well, we've done this here in Rugby, we've done this in Nuneaton, this in Stratford, etc. And we've helped all these communities coming together to ensure nature's recovery.